Hi, I'm Susan Gaitan with Allen Ram's Proactive Training Solutions. Today, I want to ask you a question that I ask all of our dealership managers. What's your number one responsibility as a manager? I typically get a version of the same answer from managers everywhere: to motivate my team. Do you feel like you're always trying to motivate your salespeople? Since the beginning of time, managers have thought that one of their primary responsibilities was to motivate their staff. How backwards is that? You should be hiring motivated people from the start, training them and providing them with a good working environment. How you hire and who you hire are imperative to your success as a dealership. So why are you hiring unmotivated people? I bet that there's someone that you're thinking about right now. Managers, you need to hire people that are already motivated. Here are 3 rules of thumb for you. Hire motivated people, train them, and provide a good working environment for them. It sounds simple enough, right? Well, it's easy to talk about, but how do you actually implement this? Before we go any further, hit the pause button and download our free checklist for hiring. It covers everything I'll review here so that you can keep it with you instead of coming back here to listen to me. Just hit the link in the description below. Okay, there are 5 steps to hiring motivated people. Here they are. Number 1, define your target. If you don't identify who you want on your sales team, then you'll never see success. You need to profile your ideal salesperson, which includes their personality, skill level, and values. This should be quite detailed to ensure that you find the person who aligns well with your culture and who will meet your expectations. Does this person have the persistence to follow up with your unsold customers? Do they have the drive to leverage your database for leads? And are they likable? Write down the exact qualities that you're looking for in a candidate, which can include level of motivation, experience, positive attitude, and more. Number 2, create your list. Where are you finding these prospects? This is generally your problem area. If you've been hiring people that aren't driven, maybe you're looking in all the wrong places. This is a great time to think outside the box. Check referrals, dealership training classes, military base transitions. Alan was a huge fan of checking with military bases. You can watch all about what he did to hire them in the link here. The 3rd step, prepare the job posting. Now that you know who you're looking for and where to look for these candidates, you need a plan of action to respond appropriately and timely to these applicants. Make sure that you have an immediate follow-up email response to your submissions. Something like, "Thank you for your interest. We're currently reviewing your resume and we'll be in touch within 48 hours. You also need to block off availability for interviews on your calendar. This is a priority, so make sure that your schedule reflects it. 30 to 45 minutes is usually enough time for a phone interview and 1 hour for an in-person interview. Step number 4, the interview process. How are you going to filter through these candidates? Are you going to start with a phone interview and then when they pass that first tier, proceed to an in-person interview? We recommend having at least 3 people speak to each candidate as part of the interview process. Identify who these people are and evaluate at each step if the candidate will proceed to the next level. Generally, you'd begin the process with the sales manager, and if the candidate does well, they will advance to the general sales manager, and finally to the general manager or dealer principal. Once you determine who the first line of interviewing will be, set up the interview with the candidate. Make sure that you're clear on what the process looks like and inform each candidate what to expect along the way. The second interview should be with the GSM. References have been checked, background screening is complete, and the personality profile is done. Have your GSM role play the scripts with the candidate. Now remember, a motivated candidate will have several thoughtful questions planned out for this one. Take a note of who comes prepared. The 3rd interview is for the candidate who went above and beyond in their first 2 interviews. Now they're ready to meet the GM or dealer principal who can provide an additional assessment. Now for the 5th and final step, making an offer. Once you've interviewed the candidates, you should have plenty of information on if they'd succeed at your dealership or not. Review your notes on each candidate and reference back to what you wrote down as your target above. How did they score on the sales test? Are they driven enough? Will they constantly convert leads? Are they optimistic? Do they have great people skills? Are they persistent? When you have the right candidate, you're ready to make an offer. Now, it's important to note that you don't want to make an offer just to fill a spot. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the price of a bad hire is at least 30% of the employee's first-year earnings. At the end of the day, you need to take time to build a team of A players and provide them with the tools to succeed. Make sure that you have proper and continuous training and provide them with a good working environment. Remember, your biggest asset is your people. By putting the right people in place and giving them a solid process to follow, your dealership will thrive. Here at Allen Rams Proactive Training Solutions, our team is dedicated to your success. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate reaching out by email or phone, which you can find below as well. That's all for now. Come back soon for more tips on success.